listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show.
Hey, Carrie Diaries fans. Thing is for doing, and we're doing another after show for The Carrie Diaries, Season 1, Episode 8, Hush Hush. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and here with me today are my fabulous co-hosts.
I'm Anik Dufour. Hey guys, I'm Annika Michelle.
Well, last week's episode was called Caught, but it looks like this week's episode was where everyone was getting caught in all their lies. Maggie got caught in hers, and Carrie got caught in hers also, so it's pretty dramatic. But I think first we should talk about the whole Maggie and Walt situation. Where we left off last week in the episode was Donna caught Maggie getting out of the car with that cop guy whose name I can never remember for some reason.
The hot cop.
Hot
I
cop.
don't know.
Burns or something. Burns?
Officer Burns. I think
Yes.
that's right. Yeah.
Officer Burns. So she gets out of the car with him. Donna says that she's going to tell because, well, we should just establish now that Maggie and Donna have never been friends, arch enemies since the beginning of the show began. But what we didn't know is that when she was going to tell Walt about her cheating, that she would actually go after him. What did you guys think about that? Were you surprised?
I wasn't, because that's Donna's personality, like to go after men, and like she said, like she always gets what she wants. So I don't know if she really wants Walt. I feel like probably not. I think she just is doing it to like make Maggie more upset.
Yes, I think so.
I don't
too.
think she's attracted to him. I think she's just a good liar.
That and the fact that his father is like owner or like head of like some movie studio, maybe that kind of like gets her. Ooh, Walt is even more attractive now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that too. And well, we're gonna dive into this more later, but Sebastian dumps her in this episode, and she doesn't get dumped. She doesn't take it very well, and she is very like, I'm the one that dumped you, even though that's not true. So I feel like the reason she kissed Walt was to get back at Maggie because she doesn't like her, and to make Sebastian jealous. Do you guys agree?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what was happening.
How do you think Maggie's gonna react to them being boyfriend and girlfriend?
I think she's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I would too, especially since you went and you told her about, or she actually, Donna went and told Walt about, the situation that happens, and now all of a sudden he turns around and goes and dates like my arch nemesis. Yeah, no, it's not.
That's not okay.
No.
And that was sad too, because earlier in the episode we saw Maggie was gonna tell him, and she just got nervous and Mouse came up, so she was like, it's okay, we'll talk about it later. So she was planning on telling him, and bad things just kept coming up and she kind of chickened out. And I wonder if she just said it and came out with it first, if they would have ever had a thing, Donna and Walt.
I don't know. I think that a lot of the stuff that happened between them tonight was bound to happen anyway.
Yeah.
She should have said something sooner. I think that's what kind of like led Walt to like, okay, maybe I should go with Donna because, she's like telling me the truth, and I'm still hiding the fact, he's still hiding the fact that he's gay. So
And Walt is really like one of the only male friends of Carrie, and I feel like Donna likes to go after everything Carrie had, like sloppy seconds, which is kind of weird. But I mean, she got Sebastian after she was never with. Carrie was never with Walt, but that's the same circle of friends, so she loves going in that circle and messing everything up with them. So,
what do you think about Walt's perspective though? Because we know that he's gay, but do you think that he is doing this, going out with Donna, A, to hide his gayness, to make Maggie upset because he knows that they hate each other, to kind of like payback in a way? Or do you think, oh, the most popular girl in school asked me out, why not go out with her, kind of thing?
I think it's the first one.
Definitely.
I don't really think that I don't think he likes her, as in like, oh, you know, she's popular, you know, she's paying attention to me. I think it's more along the lines of, you know, he's gay, he doesn't want to show it, and so it's like hiding behind that, and it'll make Maggie jealous.
The show even said, it's true, the show even said at the end, whenever she's like, you're my boyfriend, like they hold hands, the show even said, like, it was someone talking, like narration, that said Walt has a secret of his own that he's not willing to get out, so this is the easiest thing to do right now to cover it.
Yeah.
So
many secrets in this show.
So many secrets.
Makes it better, though.
A lot of secrets came out in this episode, though, but not all of them.
Not all of them. We knew those ones were going to come out.
Yeah.
Though. Those were like ticking time bombs right
they
there.
were.
We were waiting and predicting about that for a week, so it's kind of good that that's over. I'm just interested. I guess we should jump to Sebastian now, because I was going to say, now that we know that Sebastian and Carrie like each other, I wonder what's going to happen with their relationship. Because, you know, there's always constant lies and drama going on and getting stirred up. I wonder how that's going to happen, like, after this.
I don't know. I mean, they should actually go on like a regular date, because I don't think they've ever
Like normal.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. What about you?
I think, I mean, he went through that great thing to go hunt her in New York City with Mouse, so I feel like obviously a guy doesn't do that unless they like somebody, you know, and that's like a huge thing to go to New York, and he's underage and get in this club and do all this stuff just to get her, and I think it's gonna go good for a little bit at least another episode or two.
His car got towed too.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
I could see Carrie breaking his heart. I know this was like prediction kind of territory, but last episode he was just staring at her at that dance, like a hungry wolf salivating or something, like just checking her out nonstop. And then this episode he was doing the whole grand gesture thing, which wasn't all of his idea. Mouse kind of egged him on, but it was still really cute. I mean, that he made the effort to go to New York and sit on all that traffic, and he got his car towed and chased after her. It was super romantic. And I feel like Carrie's like, yeah, I still like him, but I don't know. I feel like she's not as like into it as she used to be.
I feel like maybe she's trying to hide it a little, because I mean, you saw like he says hey, hi, and she just is like, you know, like you could see it in her eyes and stuff, and like I don't know, I think she tries
like
to
in love with
him.
him.
She tries to cover it up and like brush it off like it's not, because he's still technically in the beginning with Donna and stuff, but I think she does definitely like him a lot. It just tries to cover it up.
I think she's trying to protect herself too, because he kind of like, you know, screwed her over
I know.
a few episodes ago, like the beginning of the season, so it's kind of like she's trying to like, you know, stay back a little bit, but at the same time
he could always go back to his old ways. I wonder in the next episodes if we're going to see his kind of, you know, dysfunctional family more.
Yeah.
And that will come into her life more. But since we were talking about him going to the city, we should talk about Carrie. But first, before we get to that next topic, I wanted to bring up iTunes. If you guys are watching this on YouTube or on our live stream at AFTERBUZZ TV, check out our iTunes podcast. You can listen to it in your car, when you're at the gym, whatever. But all you have to do is go on iTunes and type in AFTERBUZZ TV, and we have a ton of different shows. But be sure to subscribe to the Carrie Diaries and leave us some comments, whether they're good or bad. We love 5 stars. And be sure to tell a friend, because that's how we grow here at AFTERBUZZ. Spread the word.
Thanks, guys. Do it.
So, the city, Carrie's other man, Manhattan.
Oh,
I love when she says that, too, by the way. And we saw where Carrie first falls in love with shoes.
Yes.
I like that
her
part.
first pair of Manolos.
Yes.
They're really cute, I thought.
They were a fun pair of shoes.
And that's just like a theme that goes on in Sex and the City. It's all about the shoes all the time. So I was like, yes, the shoes. And the whole New York scene, I remember when we first started doing this show, in the very beginning, I was like, the one thing I hate about the show is the fashion. They're not doing the fashion part of Sex and the City and doing all the 80s stuff. And this episode, it was amazing fashion. In the club, like how everyone was dressed. Even Donna's minions at school had like this
little
cool
80s.
80s braid with like the curls. I just loved the fashion, hair, and makeup in this episode more than all the other episodes. So I just wanted to mention that. because that's part of my favorite things in TV and film, you know.
Yes.
But so Carrie, she's been working at Interview Magazine. She went after her heart, what she wanted to do. She didn't tell her dad, even though she tried to, because she knew he was going to say no, and she doesn't want to work at a law firm. She wants to have fun and go after what she loves and cares about. And so she gets invited to this hot party, which is the same night as the school, what's it called?
The lock-in.
The lock-in.
Junior, senior lock-in.
Did you guys do that?
I did.
Was it fun?
Our school didn't have a lock-in.
Mine
I
didn't either.
had a lock-in. I did.
So you just get locked in school?
Yeah, for like over the night. It wasn't like anything.
It sounds awful
Exciting.
to me. I was like, you're locked in school,
Right.
trapped. Because there was a part where Maggie was like, I need to get out. And I was like, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It's like jail.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
school's boring enough as it is. So
Right.
like, get there locked in longer. So it worked out perfectly with Carrie's plan. Oh, I'm supposed to be at this thing all night so I can get away with being out all night. Just so happens her dad makes plans to go out on the town, which he never does. He
Double
goes on a
date?
double date.
At a steakhouse.
Yes. And his date was actually like kind of into him, and he was kind of into
she
her,
was
surprisingly.
totally into him.
I thought they were cute. I wonder if they're gonna continue that plot line.
I hope so, because there's other girls in his life that we never heard from.
Yeah,
so.
with that girl that
The
got
car
dropped off
one?
at the,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting you bring that up, because I always feel like he's gonna get a girlfriend or something, and then it just drops and nothing
Yeah.
happens. I guess that keeps it realistic, though. You're not gonna call everyone back. But so the double date they're on, the guy was like, let's continue the party, let's go out, let's rage, and he's like, I don't want to, but okay. So he goes to the same club, whatever it was a church.
Limelight.
Church club.
It was like I don't know. It was like a church turned into a club of how they were describing it, but
Yeah.
It looked like a church.
I don't
and
know
was
any
kinda
other
confused by
churches
but
that turn into clubs.
me neither. Churches that serve alcohol
Right.
and dance parties.
Yeah.
Sounds fun. Count me in. I'll join. But so he's there, and it's just, I thought it was so funny how they did this scene. They had cameramen going around the party and just filming random people and having them up on this big screen. So Carrie just like looks over and sees her dad dancing so dorky.
Such a dorky dance. I was
And then
dying.
it's like the camera's on her, and then she's on the screen, and he sees it, and they're just like staring at each other like, what are you doing? Mortified for both of them.
Yeah.
She did get her first Cosmo though.
Yes, and she downed it so quick.
Yeah, and then no hangover. Like I don't
know.
No, but I did like when she saw him and he was just like trying to do something in a dance move, or I'm not sure. It's
Whatever
kind of like
that
the
was.
What that was.
older version of the Cabbage Patch. I don't know what it was, but it was scary, and I just don't ever want to see that again.
I
from
love that they
anybody.
had him dance like
Oh
that
my
too,
God,
because
yeah.
that's such
Full
a
on.
dad thing.
Such a dad dance. I was telling her during the show, it's like he dances like such a dad. I mean, he is a dad, but you know, like you see these like dads in weddings and older people at weddings and like parties, like trying to dance to the younger music, like of music of today is just hilarious.
It's
the best thing.
Is it? I don't get it though, because all dads dance like that. Is it that they're trying to dance like people our age, or are they dancing how they used to?
I think they're just trying to dance the way they think that people dance. I don't know.
They don't
It just
dance like that.
Yeah.
So if any dads at home are watching, just know.
Don't dance like that. in the
Don't
club.
dance like that. Well, Carrie got the drink bought for her too by that guy, and then he kind of just like disappeared after the whole incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Once
I mean,
dad showed up.
most every guy probably would if the dad of somebody shows up. You know?
Yeah. Peace out.
See ya.
Didn't buy that drink for that
Yeah.
16-year-old. Let's get out of here.
But it was just funny to me, like, when Larissa's, like, getting to the whole mess, and the dad just kept asking, like, who the hell are you? Who are you? And, like, she just was like, well, I'm Larissa, da-da-da, I work at Interview Magazine. And he's like, but how do you know her? Like, it was just...
She's my intern. Yeah. He's like, she's 16. And then it was just this
And then,
big
like, you
blow
would
up.
thought, like, Larissa might get mad. And she's like, great, she's only 16. She's so young.
Yeah.
Like, I thought she was just fresh-faced. And it's like, oh, God, she didn't even get mad, you know?
That's good, though. Well, Larissa's kind of like a sneaky liar
She is.
herself, so I feel like she's more forgiving in that stuff. And I love how she kind of hit on his friend.
Harlan.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
That was really funny, I thought. They just, like, throw that in there. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's so both of their characters.
She made a drug reference too, like when she, like, I think she wanted to go to the bathroom. She's like, oh, 20 minutes line to do a line. And, like,
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, she's like, there's a 20-minute line to do a line. And Carrie's like, maybe people are just using the bathroom. And she's like, no, honey, not in a club. No one uses the bathroom. Like, they're all doing lines in there, you know? But it was just so funny because I'm like, not many people will probably, like, it's so fast, you know? But it was just interesting to me that, of course, she makes another drug reference.
And then you think at the same time, like, aren't kids watching this?
I know.
You know, like, I get the whole, like, situation. They want to be, like, you know, like Manhattan and this, like, party scene and stuff like that. But it is on at 8 o'clock.
On CW?
Like, yeah, isn't that, like, the whole, like, you know, like, 15-year-old, you know?
I feel like this show's aiming towards the wrong demographic.
Yeah.
Totally. And I hope that doesn't make it fail in any ways, because I feel like this show should be geared towards, I mean, it's 80s themed, first of all, so I feel like that should be, you know, towards like 30-40-year-olds, and it's an adult kind of show. You know, they have like this, you know, romance and drugs and partying and stuff, but then they have this whole like teenage, you know, kind of
thing
high school CW show thing, and it's just really a weird mix to me, but
no, I agree.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
It's
Definitely.
enjoyable.
Yeah. It's just an interesting demographic they're going after. But so they see each other and he's furious and they leave right when Sebastian and Mouse came. So that kind of ruined the grand gesture. But the thought that counts, right?
It is a thought that counts. And I love how Sebastian's like, oh, she's going to find out about this. Like, he wasn't even, like, you know, worried. Like, not worried, but he wasn't even like, oh, God,
Like
I didn't even
mad.
see her. Like, whatever. He's like, nope, she's going to find out that I came with Mouse and that we went through all this just to see her. And I'm kind of glad Mouse was with him because Mouse could vouch, not that he would lie, but maybe he would. But Mouse could be like, oh, no, he looked for you for hours, which she did, you know?
And she was the one that told Carrie that he did it. She came to her house and was like, it was so romantic. Like, he did the whole grand gesture. And so it was really good that she came, because if he just came on her own, it was like, oh, you just got lazy, didn't want to sit in traffic, and it's a bullshit story. So it changes it a lot. But what do you guys think about Carrie's dad's reaction to the lie? Do you think he reacted appropriately, or taking Manhattan away from her?
I mean, I think he did. It's kind of like his way of, like, punishment, you know, type of thing. She did lie about the 2 internships, and then she did lie about to where she's going. So at some point, you're kind of like, okay, enough is enough, and, you know, this is no more.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not a 1 or 2 time lie. She's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And he just found out. So, like, he's even more furious because this has been going on for quite some time.
I'm hoping that, because in the end of this episode, they kind of left off where he was furious at her and she's trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he will understand why she did it. Like, this is such a big love and a passion, and I want to work in this industry as a writer in fashion. If she really, like, pushes that on him and begs, I'm hoping he'll cave in and let her go back to it. Because what's this show going to turn into? Just, like, you know, Connecticut high school drama now? It's like, no, Carrie belongs in the city doing this.
Yeah.
And that's, like, such a big part of Sex and the City, and it is in this show, too. It's been occurring this whole first season. So I'm really hoping that that all works out and that some way she'll get back into Manhattan. Do you guys think he'll cave and let her go back?
I think he will. I mean, it's like he said, he even said to her, he goes to her, how did he put it? He said something along the lines of, you know, you're 16, you don't know what you want. She's like, yes, but I know that this, you know, it's like, I do know what I want. You know, this is my life. I have my own life, and I want to be in Manhattan, and I want to work and intern at Interview Magazine.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to lie more to see Larissa? Because I feel like they have such a strong friendship, and that Larissa's going to be like, no, honey, like, I'll pick you up, or, like, come here and, like, meet me. You know, she's kind of the peer pressure in her life that gets her to do all these crazy fun things that are life-changing. So I feel like that could happen, that she's
Still
lies
goes
more, or her dad lets her.
Yeah.
Either way,
I
I
wouldn't
feel
be
like she
surprised.
won't.
I wouldn't be
She's not going to
surprised
not
if she does.
go.
Yeah. I feel like you can't take her out of the city now. It's her true love, and then Sebastian's her second love.
It's true.
Sad but true.
Yeah.
Well, we are very excited to announce the theatrical release of, excuse me, Adventures of Serial Buddies, which is a new serial killer comedy, which is created by Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, who are the CEOs of AfterBuzz. And we'd love you guys to check out this movie. It looks really funny. It's kind of like a Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber type of movie, taking the serial killer murdering to a whole new comedy level. And it's coming out a few cities around the country, all the big cities, New York, LA, Boston, Chicago, San Francisco. It's coming out on March 8th. So be sure to get your tickets at adventuresofserialbuddies.com and be sure to tweet it out and retweet it. We want everyone to go check it out. And it looks really funny.
And that's this Friday.
This Friday.
It is this Friday.
And we'll be there, so you better be too.
Yes.
Good weekend date movie, guys. Just
Yes.
throwing it out there for y'all.
Yes.
We're all going, right?
We're all going.
We'll all be there.
I'm excited to see it.
It should be a really good movie.
And Maria Menounos is the star, one of the stars of it. I don't know if I mentioned that. Along with Christopher Lloyd, Christopher McDonald. There's a great cast.
Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah.
Huge cast of people. So it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
It looks really funny, so I'm excited to see that. But should we move into news and gossip?
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, so I have a few things actually. We were talking about Tom and his potential girlfriends earlier in the show. He's actually getting a new girlfriend. Her name is going to be Deb, and she's played by Nadia Dejani. She was actually the pretzel girl who dated Aiden in Sex and the City.
Oh.
It's kind of like a
Random.
little random twist. Also, Josh Salatin, who does play the hot cop, booked a pilot, so he's most likely off the show. So we'll see how they, get him off, or if they're just gonna
They're going to kill him off.
they're just
Yeah.
gonna get
Done.
Anna Sophia Robb, who actually plays Carrie, has been getting kind of like a weird rap saying, oh, what would Carrie Bradshaw think about this, because she wears Gap and H&M. I don't see the problem with
I don't see it either. She's a young girl.
Yeah.
She's in high school. It's not like she has thousands of dollars to
Right.
shop
Yeah.
at designer clothing stores. So
Yeah.
And one more thing, Stefania, who actually plays Dorrit, is actually from New Zealand, which I did not know.
Oh.
that's cool.
And her and Anna Sophia were actually friends beforehand, so all the pictures that you see of them together are actually real pictures.
That's
in
really
the house, so
cool.
it was really cute. So that's it.
That's really cute. I have a little bit, not too much, but Austin Butler did an interview with Cosmo, and I feel like it's the same interview copied from Glamour because it's the same questions and the same answers, but I'll just tell you guys briefly. He basically said they asked him what do you look for in a girl and things like that, what's the one thing that turns you off or whatever, and of course he's like, I look to see how they treat the wait staff or bellhops in a hotel or waiters and waitresses, because he's like, if they're not nice, it's done. And also they asked him about trust and snooping into your partner's, they said, is it okay to snoop to your partner's phone or ask to see text messages or Facebook messages, and he said if it gets to that point that you have to ask to see somebody's messages, already the relationship's done because the trust has already been broken. So just he's like, I guess his dad has been cheated on, hoping not by his mom, but I guess his dad's been cheated on in real life, so he said it's a really sensitive subject for him. So he doesn't if there's a trust broken in a relationship, it's done. He doesn't not that he's hiding stuff on his phone. He just thinks that if you have to ask someone, then there's no trust and there's no point of being together. So
Word.
I agree with
Yeah.
both of those things.
Word.
it's a little Austin Butler news and gossip there.
Yeah. It's funny how I feel like I mentioned this last time, but a lot of actors have had to work in the food industry as
Yes.
hostesses or waiters or something.
Yeah.
So a lot of actors know how to tip.
They do.
Yes.
So let's move into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I predict that Donna and Walt are using each other for their own reasons, and it's gonna end dramatically, but neither of them are gonna be that hurt. It's just gonna stir up more drama for their friends.
I predict actually that Donna is going to find out that Walt is gay. And she's going to go tell everybody, and it's all going to blow up.
That's a good prediction.
That's a good prediction. I predict that Carrie and Larissa will go on more adventures. And she's still, I don't know if it would lie. Maybe she'd still kind of tell him where she's going, but not fully. Just be like, oh, Larissa's in town. Like, I'm just going to go grab coffee with her. But in reality, she's, like, really in New York.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that friendship's not going to end. And I feel like something's going to happen with her and Sebastian.
I could see that happening. I'm also predicting that Carrie's dad is going to let her go to Manhattan a little bit here and there and ease up a bit on that once he's not as furious. So hopefully for Carrie's sake. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. My name is Danica Kennedy, and you can follow me on Twitter and my website and my Facebook at Danica Kennedy.
And I'm Anik Dufour, and you can follow me on Twitter at JustAnik and my website at AnikDufour.com.
You can follow me on Twitter at Annika_Michelle or at Facebook.com/AnikaMichelle1.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.